Hi guys, it's Lynn here. I hope you're having an amazing day. Now today guys, I'm going to be repotting my Euphorbia pulcherrima, commonly known as the Poinsettia plant. And this gorgeous plant here, I'll just show you it. This what I actually bought from a supermarket, common supermarket here called Lidl's. I think it was something like £1 or something ridiculous like that, about €1. And it was tiny when I bought it, one of these little tiny pots. And this was possibly in the January time, this year, 2018. And look at it now. I've potted it on about 2 or 3 times since, and it is really doing well. Now, in the summertime, it had a bit of a virus infection, or it's a fungus apparently, and I treated it with neem, sprayed it, watered it, and it seems to be making a complete recovery, so I'm very happy about that. But as you can see, it needs to be repotted now. It's growing very large, and I'm going to be sharing the repotting with you, and I hope you enjoy the video, guys. So that's that. I'm just going to turn it around so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. So hopefully, just move the camera stand here. See a bit of an idea. That's it. And I'll show you what I've just check that's okay. That's better. Now, what I've done is I've made up my own soil mix, and with Poinsettia, they do like a bit of a mixture between a bit more of a peat-based soil. I usually use more of a loam-based soils with my cacti and succulents, but with Poinsettia, the Euphorbia pulcherrima, they do like a bit more peat because they like to be kept well watered, especially during the winter growing period. They're winter growers, so they don't need to be kept dry, and they don't need a very well draining soil mix. But I've added extra perlite for aeration, and I've added a mixture of 50-50 of a peat-based, 50% peat and 50% loam soil, and I've mixed the two together with about 1/4 of perlite, as you can see. And the reason why I've mixed the perlite is because that gives the aeration. I haven't used any extra sand like I normally would with cacti or other succulent type of plants, because, as I say, this needs to be kept well moist, so in this case I don't need to. And I've mixed it all together. But you can use with Poinsettia, you can use any good quality houseplant soil as well, which is I like to make my own. And now when it comes to repotting all plants, obviously you want to go the next size up. I just want to check, because this is tall, I want to make sure you can see in the camera here. Maybe I'll do it this side. Yep. You want to make sure that you go into the next size pot up. So a pot that size will be a good idea for one this size here. You don't want to go into a massive pot. Although Poinsettia is quite a fast grower, so it's no big deal if you did. But I personally like to just pot up to the next size up, as you can see there. That's the pot. And you know when a plant needs repotting, because obviously it dries out really fast. This can't drink quick enough. You give it water, it dries out very fast. So it's going to love its new pot and its fresh soil. As you can see, the leaves are also going a little bit yellow, a sign that it needs more nutrients. When plants are under potted, you can give them plenty of fertiliser and plant feed, but you can't beat fresh soil anyway. So this is going to love that. So I'm just going to check. There you can see exactly what I'm doing here. Now then, as I say, you want to fill up the pot with soil. And I may just move this stand a little bit further back just so you get more of an idea, because it's a bit tight here. It's a tall plant. There you go. That's far better. I know you may not be able to see it as deep in. That's great. Hopefully you'll be able to get an idea what I'm doing there, guys. Now then, the pot here, as I say, filling it up. I love repotting. And unlike the cacti and succulents, this is a type of plant that can be watered straight after repotting it. So that's it. To put that a good 3 inches in there of the fresh soil, and then just going to be squeezing this guy out. Again, this is easy enough to come out. And you can do plants a little bit difficult. You can sometimes use the sort of flat edge of a little spoon and go around there to loosen it up. Now, I always think the least damage you can do to the roots, the better. But Poinsettia, as I say, is a very vigorous grower, so it's not as delicate as other type of plants, such succulents and cacti, for example. There you go. As you can see, very root bound, so it's desperate for a new pot. And when you come to repot any type of plant, always check over the root system, check there's no signs of hidden pests. The main ones seem to be them fungus gnats, and so sometimes see the little grubs hanging about the soil, or the worst, mealybug, root mealybug. The other one I find is sometimes them vine weevils, which is awful. In this case, the roots look absolutely fantastic and it's not too overpacked. If that was completely matted, I would suggest loosening the roots a little bit to help it go into the new soil, but that's not a problem there. As you can see, that's going to easily reroot itself in there into the new soil. Now, as I say, sometimes you can loosen the soil up to get the old soil off. I personally prefer to do as least damage to the roots as possible, and I just keep it as it is, and then just pop it into the new pot. Perfect here, look. And just check that you can see what I'm doing. Yep, just going to turn that up a little bit more there. There you go. Now, got here. It's just the case then of just filling it up on the sides, so this is great. And want to keep it obviously central in the middle, and then filling up all that soil in the sides. And good tip, just to knock, if you tap the sides of the pot, this helps the soil to get down the sides without having to squeeze it all the way down. It just falls naturally into its place. And gently tuck it in. Keep tapping so it goes down. And this is a gorgeous, as you know, the bracts, they're wrongly called, with Poinsettia, they're wrongly called flowers when you see the lovely big red top leaves at the top, but they're not even leaves, but they are actually bracts, but people always call them flowers. I suppose they're flowers in a way. But Poinsettia, the shame of it is it's a beautiful plant, and it's a lovely, they live for many years, but you often see them just around the Christmas time or the holiday period, and then they're usually bought into the house, grown in large nurseries, and then once Christmas is over and done with, people just throw them out into the garbage, which is a shame because it's a long living plant. And you know, why throw something away when it's a beautiful plant and it can go on living. It's also very easy to propagate. I mean, when it comes to pruning this guy, we don't need to worry about it yet, but when it comes to doing it, we'll show you more propagation methods. But this is a very easy plant to grow as well. Now, getting it to flower again, it all depends with all type of plants. It all depends on the lighting. So if you're growing these plants under artificial lighting, and it's confusing the plant's inbuilt system, thinking the days are longer when they're not. You may not get the bracts forming, but this is the first year of having this plant, so I wouldn't be in a position to give you advice on how to get it reblooming and all this again. So I can only do that by experience, but I do know enough to share a few things. So there you go. And as I say, when I normally repot my cacti and succulents and other type of plants, I don't always water straight away. But this is perfectly okay to give it a water now, as it's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to get the little watering can and give it a water straight away because it's safe. And then this is going to be, it's still sort of early autumn, fall here, and the weather's pretty good outside. It's not the sunniest here in Ireland, but water temperatures are warm enough and they're hardy enough until it gets really cold. We're going to be overwintering this plant inside the house in our plant grow room, but for now we can go back into our yard where it's going to get plenty of light and fresh air until it's time to bring it in again. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll just move it back so I can see you all again. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And thank you all so much for your amazing support, all your comments and your likes. It really means a lot. And I want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of plant power. As always, I'm across the Emerald Isle. And until the next video, bye. Bye.